report the attendance and feedback.
Hello, good
Kavita
afternoon, ma'am.
Attendance will be taken automatically through the extension. So there is no separate form for that.
And secondly, sir, what will be the criteria for getting the certificate? Because we didn't. I am here since morning, but I didn't get any. I don't think I've missed any point here. But is there any evaluation process here, or what will be the?
Regarding the final day examination, that will be announced.
Let's connect to the.
Is it possible for can?
Yes, sorry.
Will there be an MCQ or subjective exam?
Please, Ambujan sir, please don't discuss with the session.
Now,
we'll
let's
communicate
go to the
with you
second
later
session.
on, sir.
Good afternoon, all of you. I'm Mrs. Chavi Goyal, Assistant Professor NIFT Kangra, and would like to welcome our second speaker, that is
Hello.
Dr. M. Senthil Kumar. Can you hear me?
Chavi, just wait.
Yeah?
Join the. Just wait.
Okay.
Chavi ma'am, we can hear you, but Kavita ma'am's voice is breaking.
Good morning, Kavita madam. This is Senthil Kumar. I have joined now.
Ma'am, you have to unmute yourself. Kavita ma'am, you have to unmute yourself.
Welcome, sir. Welcome. Chavi, continue.
Yes, madam, I have joined.
Okay, sir. Welcome.
Kavita ma'am, you are not audible.
Hello. Chavi, please
Yes.
continue this session.
Okay. Okay, fine. Thank you, Kavita ma'am. Good afternoon to all of you. I'm Mrs. Chavi Goyal, Assistant Professor at NIFT Kangra. Will be hosting the session. I welcome our next speaker, that is Dr. M. Senthil Kumar from PSG Polytechnic College, Coimbatore. Our next speaker is Dr. M. Senthil, working experience in teaching as well as industry. He completed his PhD in the year 2012 under Anna University. He has published more than 500 articles in international and national reputed journals. He received Young Engineer Award in 2014 for the textile engineering discipline instituted by the Institution of Engineers, India. He is actively involved in academic as well as research. He is presently working in the field of active sportswear. Now, Sir will give us in-depth knowledge about how to start a research and how to write a thesis. Over to you, sir. Welcome to the session. Sir, you have to unmute yourself. You are muted.
Yes. Unknowingly, I touched the button. Thank you, Savi Goyal. Thank you very much for your nice introduction. I am very happy to give a presentation for Banasthali University, Rajasthan, especially for the Department of Design. Thanks for inviting me to give a talk on this topic. So just half an hour before, just I have gone through the previous speaker presentation. It's related to stress management. So now it's a right topic. Now I understand that you know how to this one manage all 5 days of this FTP. You know how to manage this stress. Okay. So before going to this topic, so actually it's a two topic, how to start a research as well as how to write a thesis. So actually I have 15 years experience in this domain. I belongs to textile technology. So I have vast experience in textile research, as well as how to design an experiment, how to execute the experiments and all. So I will give a brief introduction about this area, because research and writing a thesis, it's not a 1 or 2 hour discussion. Actually, it's a journey. So whatever things I know, just I will share with you. Some people may know some topics or some content, some people may not. So just listen, and if you have any clarification or doubt, you can ask me or you can stop me at any time. Similarly, before this presentation, if you have any questions related to research, you can ask me, because there are about 100 and plus people are here. So if you ask one question, then it's a knowledge for all 100 to 100 plus participants. So with this note, just I am sharing my presentation. I will go one by one. So keep it in mind that you can interrupt me at any time, at any point of time for your clarification. So end of the presentation also you can talk to me freely. So I will give my email ID as well as my phone number for better clarification and understanding of this topic. So with this note, just I will start my presentation. I hope my slide is visible.
Yes, it is, sir. Please continue.
Yes. Actually, this topic is crucial. It is difficult to take because where to start and where to finish is the problem. But what are the things came in my mind, and what are the things to share with the juniors or the scholars? So just I put it in a sequential way. So again, I am telling you, you can have a discussion at any point of time. Okay, so before going to start a topic, just we have to know some terminologies. Google Scholar. Google Scholar means what? So I will tell you in the forthcoming slides. These are the terminologies are very important. This will help you to get in touch with the research as well as the research researchers. So Google Scholar this will help you to read the article, read the scholarly article. So normally like Google Map or the Google Photos, like one icon is available that is called Scholar. If you click that Scholar and if you search any content, you will get only scholarly article. In the sense, very good research papers and patents only will available in that Google Scholar. So it's one of the filtration technique to this one retrieve the information. Second is citation index. So these are terminologies are very important. Citation index is nothing but if you publish a paper, so that is a credit. Again, based on the paper, somebody will publish another paper. So then you will get a citation 1. In the sense, somebody cited your paper. Suppose if you get citation index 10, means 10 people referred your article and they have published it in the reputed journal. So that is one of the credit. So it is a reputation of an article. So that number will give the reputation of the article. If suppose citation index of your paper is 100, somebody published with a citation of 10, then that is a reputation. You have 100 people have referred your paper and they have published. Then H index. H index, it's a number that will represent, that will give opinion about the author. So it's a reputation of the author. It means what? Suppose you have published 10 papers, all 10 papers has been cited by 10 people. In the sense, totally 100 people have cited your paper, means you will get H index 10. So whoever get high number of H index, then that person is a good researcher. They have published good quantum of work to the society. I am repeat once again. H index is nothing but if you publish 10 papers, each paper with citation of 10, then you will get H index 10. Suppose you published 5 papers, each 5 paper has get the citation of 5, then the H index is 5. So that number alone will give the quality of the researchers. That will represent the quality of the research. I-10 index. In the sense, each and every article, if you get 10 citation, then you will get 1 I-10 index. Suppose if you published 20 papers, out of which 5 paper get 10 citation, then you will get I-10 index as 5. Okay. Then ResearchGate. ResearchGate is one of the networks, professional social network. You can register, anyone can register. So that's a good environment. Suppose you are doing a research in chemistry. If you search people in chemistry line, then the worldwide connect, you will get a worldwide connectivity. In the sense, people who are leading a researcher in that particular department, like chemistry, you will get a link from them. So whenever they publish an article, you will get a copy of the article in that ResearchGate. So you can understand what is happening in your specific field. You will get an update. So it has 2 advantages. One is you can understand what is happening in your environment. Second thing, suppose if you want to do work on particular area, if somebody is already doing, then you no need to work on that particular field. You can either diversify it or you can change your area. So these are the tips. Similarly, for the Scopus journal, now Indian people, those who are doing research, everyone knows about Scopus journal. Actually, actually it's like a database. You will get a good reputed quality article in that database. Actually, it has a good name. So if you publish a paper in article in a Scopus listed journals, then it will be recognized. So these are the few terminologies. This will be helpful for our further discussion. Okay. So before going to the topic, so what is research? So how to do research is secondary. What is research? So there are many definitions are available. As far as my understanding and my experience is concerned, research is knowing the unknowing things. In the sense, we know subjects, we know basics of our subjects. We want to know some unknown facts of the knowing things. So day by day we what we say, aloo paratha. Daily we used to take aloo paratha. It's a famous dish in Maharashtra. I don't know about the Rajasthan. So the aloo paratha, if you want to have aloo paratha in the morning breakfast, so normally it is too hot while preparing it. What we do to make it dry? There are two ways. One is just to blowing air to that aloo paratha, or you split into many pieces. So this is normally we do. But actually, if you think beyond that, what we are doing is, we are making that aloo paratha to dry by splitting into many pieces. When you split into many pieces, we are increasing the surface area of the products. So once if you increase the surface of the products, the opportunity to dry the the object is getting increased. So once the opportunity is getting increased, then it has a good contact with the outside atmosphere, then automatically it's getting cool or dry. So this is understanding. So this is called research. So already we know some particular concepts in a broader way. If you want to know the deeper sense of that information of that particular product is research. So research, searching the some new information in the existing concept is called research. So if you want to do good research, what we have to do? So that is a question. We want to do good research to complete ME or MTech or PhD or to do some research projects. Initially, what we have to do is, we have to first we have to find out the area, and we have to study the journey of that particular process or the product. So for that, we have to read good research papers or patents or some ideas. First, we have to read the good research papers, research articles. Then we understand that the journey of the the process or the product is good or bad. Then whether we want to diversify it or we want to make a new innovative product or process. Okay. So how to read a good research paper? That is a question. So first we have to read the content, then only we can understand the subjects. Once we understand the subjects, then we can start a new step. We can step in into the new process or products. So how to read it? If you type something in the Google, you will get plenty of information. So I have given an example here. Moisture management. So once if you type it, you will get some advertisement and some products, some websites, some business links. Then somewhere, some places you will get some articles. So in order to avoid this, you have to use Google Scholar. There is a this one domain or portal in that Google called Scholar. So if you type Scholar in the Google website, Google search engine, you will get only the scholarly article. So again, I have typed Mychair management of textiles. I have given a keyword because this is the way we have to find out the good articles. We have to use many keywords. So if you type some keywords in that particular search engine, Google Scholar, you will get list of articles. So here in that list, you have to see each and every article, the last line cited by. So first article I have encircled it, cited by 15. Similarly, for the second article, cited by 7. It will go in the descending way, descending order. So the article which has more citation, that is a quality article. It's a simple form of understanding. In the sense, if the citation of that particular article is more, then that is a good one. You can directly download or open the article and you can read it. So this is one of the filtering technique to find out the good papers. So if you have any doubt, you can ask me. So now in the previous article, the Mychair management of textiles is an example. So written by Wiley in the year 2012. So then how to find out the journey? So that I am give it in the form of presentation. Mychair management of textiles written by Wiley 2012. You have to download it, go through the references. So before going to read the complete article, just go through the references. These references may have some papers have 50, some papers have 100, whatever may be the number. You have to find the article in a chronological way, either in the ascending order or the descending order. It means some reference article may be published in 1950, some articles in 1970, some recent articles may 2011. So everything has been referred by that Wiley in the Mychair management of textiles. So first you have to read the few oldest paper. The paper which is published in 1950, you have to first find out that paper and read the content. That may be the basic article or basic paper of your research. So then you come one by one, 1950, 1960, 1970, 1980, like that you have to read one by one. Why? Because then you will find out the journey of the research. Why the people who have published paper in 1950, then what is the modification or the updation happened in 1960 and 1970, so on. So you will get a research journey of that particular product or the process. So then we will know the journey of the research. For example, car. So first Ambassador car was manufactured. So that basic requirement is engine design as well as the stability. So after a few years, they have included some sophisticated equipments inside the car. In the sense what AC, then this one audio system, acoustic proof environment, so on. So if you read or if you study the journey of the design of the car, you will be wondered. Finally, now it's end up with the car with all the sophistication like this one. What to say? accident protect airbags. This one, very good acoustic and audio proof. This one. Then either if you want to increase the temperature or decrease the temperature, that is possible with the AC system. Then they have not designed too much of the focused on engine. Similarly, the stability of the equipment, the car stability of the car is now reduced because they want to increase the mileage of the car. So they have changed in drastic way. So it is necessary to do research. Suppose if you want to research in either in engine or either in the sound system inside the car or the acoustic control inside the car or seats, tire, whatever may be the area, you have to understand the journey of the research, starting from the basic model to recent models. So once if you understand the journey, then only you can focus whether I have to do research on engine or whether I have to do research on tires or on this one interior of the car. So if you do research on engine, you can get more citation because many people will read, many people will publish in that with based on your research. If suppose if you do work on acoustic system, few people will read and few people will publish. So again, the importance for each product, what is the primary requirement, what is the secondary requirement and territory requirement. Based on that, you have to select an area. Some people will say, sir, I am doing so and so work. I have done some so and so work, but I didn't get many citation. It was published in a well-reputed journal, but I didn't get any citation. It means what? Many people have read, but they are not interested to continue their research in that particular area. So it has no demand. Then they obviously they won't continue based on your work. So if that is the case, then you won't get the citation. So that is the importance of citation. I hope I am clear. So it's an introduction. Now, yes. Any questions?
Sir, I have a question. Good afternoon.
Yes, welcome. Good afternoon.
Sir, I have a question. I have a lot of
Yes.
citations, but when I go to ResearchGate, it shows a different number. When I go to Google Scholar, it shows a different number. So how
Yes,
do
yes.
I know where to find my correct citations? Because now a lot of KPIs, APIs, they ask for citations. So
Yes, I understand your question, sir. Actually, Google will take your paper wherever you published. So you will get more citation. But especially this one, Thomson Reuters or the Scopus, they will only get a paper from that reputed journals, either Scopus journals or some reputed journals. So obviously you will get less citation. So it is, it's not this one that much keen on that area. Google Scholar is enough to know how many of them are referred our papers. It will give a clear picture. So if you go your each and every paper citation, who are the people who have cited your paper, that information you will get it. Whether I will give you another example. So I have published one paper in a normal unreputed local journal, but it was referred by many industries. Many people used to call me and they are asking the development of that particular product. So it's a real citation, actually speaking, but it is not counted in the form of history or something, but many people are asked. So here the point is that we are developing a product, we are doing some research. Either this research for academician, or it is for the industry people, or it's for the students or somebody. We have to have some clear idea. Based on that, we have to search a journal. So once if you published it, you will get a this one citation. If you publish it in a local journal, you won't get a citation, but many people will get, they will read and they will get a knowledge. They will upgrade their process or the product. I think I've clarified your doubt.
No, my question is, sir, where I'll get the correct citations of my work?
There is no correct citation or something. According to the Scopus, what they are giving is based on their retrieval process. Similarly, according to the Google, they have a very good retrieval process. Wherever you published it, even if you upload it, your resume in your university website, it will be retrieved by the Google. So there is no correct or wrong this one index. You can refer based on Google Scholar. My citation is like this. Based on the Scopus, my citation and H index is like this, like that.
Okay. Now I got it now. So in my CV, I should mention it separately.
Yes, separate. Even my CV is available in the website. You go through it. In the first top corner, I have given based on Google Scholar, my citation is so much. Like that, I have given it.
Okay, I'll do the same. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay, fine. Any other question?
Dr. Sindel, this is Dr. Prakash.
Prakash sir, very good morning. How are you?
How are you? Shall I answer this particular person question? Because actually, previous question, the question asked by him is regarding the citations. Actually, I will just 2 minutes. I will briefly explain how the process is going on there. So normally, people having a collapsed mind, which H index normally they so either go for Google Scholar or go for Scopus index. So there are 2 kind of H index available for that. One is for Google Scholar, another one for Scopus. What are the drawback for that Google Scholar means? Google Scholar may count either conference citation or maybe a local magazine citation or a reputed journal citation, everything. It may calculate for the H index of the particular author. But in Scopus will conclude that whether the journal is registered in the Scopus area, Scopus website. So they calculate only those are the journal registered under the Scopus index. So they calculate for that journal only counted. So this is the drawback for Scopus and then Google Scholar. But what the people will believe for that, they only represent that Google Scopus in H index is the best one, because in Google Scholar, if your name is Dr. Sindel Kumar means it can calculate only the citation of Dr. Sindel Kumar, because many people having the same name of Sindel Kumar. So automatically Google Scholar randomly choose the publication of the particular author. So as author, we have to go to our website and remove the particular name of Sindel Kumar article if the article added in our citation. So this is the drawback of Google Scholar. So normally, as research world, people believe that they have to represent the H index in the name of Scopus index is best one instead of Google Scholar. So because there is no genuinity for the Google Scholar, but as per a huge number means Google Scholar may be represented, they may counted by conference citation also, magazine also. So Google Scholar counted all the various citations, but Scopus, they have to only calculate their own registered journal and then they know registered conference details. So this is the normal procedure they have to maintain for the H index. So this is my view. So sorry for interrupting your lecture, Doctor.
Dr. Prakash, this was very helpful. I have had the same problems many a times during my research programs, and this insightful way has really helped me.
Thank you, Doctor. Sorry, Doctor. Sorry for the interruption for that.
Welcome, sir. Welcome.
Okay.
Any other questions, sir? Any other clarification before going to the presentation? Any questions you can ask me. Some people will ask, sir, I am designing, actually it is applicable for Department of Design. We are designing products, either textile or some other, this one. Whether we have to do a research. Either whatever we do design, can we do some statistical analysis for the design? Like that, you can ask any questions.
Sir, what about the self-citation, sir?
Self-citation, sir, it is again if you want to project your resume to somebody, then you have to give a clear this one. categorization, as Dr. Prakash sir said. But
First,
self-citation, it has no credit at all, because you are publishing a paper. Based on that paper, again you are publishing another paper, and you are referring your previous article. So giving a citation is not at all this one.
so I think that Google Scholar is having that adding the point with the self citations also. Whatever
Yes,
we are
yes, we
doing.
can add it. See, ultimately, what for you are adding? See, here is everything is for what? I am giving some clarification. Suppose somebody is referring your article, they are publishing it. You will get an email alert. So if you open your email, then you have cited, your paper has been cited by somebody. Then is available. The title is available in your email. If you want to know the detailed information about that particular article, you can refer it through some search engine. So what for this is, you can upgrade your knowledge because that paper is published in your domain. So next time if you want to do research, you can think more than the latest. So ultimately, all the citation reference is to think and get an idea than the latest. So you should know what is the latest information. So that is the purpose of referring the citation. I hope I have given.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you,
So
sir.
now, yes, sir. Thank you. So how to start a research work? Here I have given a question, but I didn't give a reply. So I am designing a this one drawing, or I am designing a cloth. I am designing a design for textiles. What to do? If it is a design, whether it is good or bad, it's up to you to decide. Suppose you want to sell your design, again you have to quantify the people taste or people liking. For that, statistics is important. Suppose if you are converting that design into a product, then statistics is important. If you are designing a component or some product, then the precision and accuracy of the working of that product has to be established. For example, you are designing this one, what to say, mixie, or if you want to designing a grinder, because it's household product, it's easy to convey. So you are telling that it will grind the product within 10 minutes or within 2 minutes. Then you have to take several trials, and all the trials has to give the this one same result. This kind of the basic this one study has to be done while establishing your product. At the designing stage, it need not required, but if you convert the design into a product, in the sense it's a development, if you are developing your design, then the study is important. Okay, so coming to the presentation, how to start my research? First, you select a area, because area of interest is important. And if you want to know about that particular area, you have to read good research paper, because research journey, and understand the research journey is very important. Okay, so based on the information, understanding the journey, you have to find out the real problem. So what is the problem in that process or in the journey? You have to find out. Then only you can attempt to give a solution. So study and analyze the problem. Whether the selected problem is a real problem or not, you have to study and analyze it. And you have to give a new direction or some solution to the process or the product by conducting many experiments. So once it's over, you find out something, then you can write an article and publish it. So what for publication is, you have to upgrade the advancement. So it's a step-by-step process. We will go one by one. Okay. So how to select an area? in India, we have very limited facilities to experiment whatever we want to do it, because financial is the biggest constraint in research. Very few agencies are giving for the financial grant for the good innovative areas. I think in the forthcoming presentation, people are there to give an idea how to crack the government agencies fund and how to get a projects. Everything will be handled by forthcoming speakers. But my point is, whatever area you want to do is that area has to be realistic. Suppose something you want to do for military people, then you have to go to DRDO, then getting a permission, and sometimes they won't allow. So it has to be realistic, and it should have some scope and demand. I already told you, you are publishing a paper, but it should have some demand. I am a reviewer for a few journals. What we are expecting is, we want some interesting information in the article or the product or something. So at least we have to seek the attention of the reader. Either if it is an application oriented project or the product, then some people has to turn and look into your product. So if there is no scope for that particular product, then no one will publish. Even if you publish it, then no one will give a citation. So that part we have to take care. It should have at least minimum demand in the industry. Then feasibility study. I already told you. If you take this one defense related project, with getting a permission, and sometimes some components you won't get it. So for that you have to wait for many time. Now our textile faculties, they know very well. Many people have done nano technology related project for textile application. Some chemicals it is only available in China or US. Simply they are putting an order and getting it. It takes more than a year. So my suggestion is, whatever things available around us, so you can take in that particular. You select a area based on the availability. Similarly, resources and facilities. Here, one more thing is that there are 3 people given as an example. They want to swim. You have to conduct an experiment. We have to select who is the good swimmer. So is it the right way to organize? No, because already we know that one candidate is a short person, one is a lean, another one is a normal physique person. So by common sense we can say this one, selecting a people for the race is meaningless. Similarly, this one common sense we have to apply our common sense in everywhere, that what we are conducting, that experiment is logical or illogical. So that things you have to take care before this one starting the selecting the area. Okay, so now we know that we have to select an area. So in order to select an area, we have to understand the journey of that particular domain. So if you want to understand the journey, then we have to read a good article. Then how to select a paper, I told you, by Google Scholar. It's a simple search engine. Many search engines are available, but it's a simple search engine. You'll get many material, scholarly article in that website. So we know how to download it, how to find a good papers we know, because based on the citation number we can sort it out. Okay, so then how to read a paper? For now, if frankly speaking, if you download one good paper and if you want to read complete information about that article, hardly it will take a week time, 1 week time. if you download it more than 200 papers in your area, downloading 200 papers is easy. One day is enough to collect the papers. But reading all 200 papers, it takes time. It takes more than 5 years. So within short time, how to read an article and find out whether this article is related to our area, or is it an informative article, or it is a non-informative article. How to find out? So first, reading a title itself is enough, whether it is related to our domain or not. Suppose I am doing this one research in the field of nanotechnology, whether the term called nano has to come in the title. If not, then we can omit it. It's a simple method to filtering the article. Then figures. So normally what we do know, we will start from the first line and we will end up with the last line. It is not like that. You have to turn the pages. Each and every article may have 10 to 20 pages just to see what are the figures in the article. So once you find out the figures in the legends, you can understand the concept of the this one article. So the figures is a easy way to find out the content of the article. Third, tables. So even if not, you can't, if you couldn't understand the information, then you can read the tables if they are provided. So if nothing is understandable, then you can directly read the abstract. It's in the fourth step. So what they have taken, what they have did, what for they have did. So everything can be read by a single paragraph. So even if not, you can read the conclusion of the article. So even if you couldn't grasp anything in that particular paper, better you can throw it. No need to read the content of the article. This is for collecting the research papers. So for collecting information, these 5 steps is enough. First, you have to read the title, then see the figures. Even if you couldn't understand the information about the paper, then tables, read abstract and conclusion. It's more than enough to filter the papers, whether that article has some information related to our research or not. Okay, so we have find out some area, we know our journey, then how to find out the real problem? That is the question. Because we know Ambassador, how it starts, what are the minimum facilities available in that particular day. Now how this one Maruti or Zaz or this one, whatever the cars, what are the modifications and updations happened in that particular 50 years of journey. So now we have to find out where is the real problem, or what is the requirement of the customer, or what is the need of the industry. So whatever the form we can express, how to find out the real problem. So now you can see now WhatsApp, everyone knows. What is the need of our, it's the simplest form of communication. Now all the group meetings, this one department meetings, discussion, friends chatting, everything through only WhatsApp only. It's a easy this one way to communicate. But still, text to voice and voice to text is required. It's people are there, they will roam, they will do marketing. They people are always in the traveling mode. Then for that voice to text message, that if that model is available, then it will be useful for somebody. Similarly, text to voice. So if somebody text me, I am going out, so automatically the text has to come in the form of voice. So these are the need of the hour for particular industry. Yeah, I am just giving an example for what is the real problem. Similarly, for garment ironing, how to knit the cloths, how to make the cloth wrinkle free. Either you want to design an iron box or wrinkle free garment. If you want to, if people are busy people, then you have to sell wrinkle free garment or designing an iron box. Both will give a solution for this one, ironing of a garment. But you have to select which is the need of the hour, which is the real problem. Similarly, for knee pain, either ointment or cycling. Both is focused to the knee problem only, but we have to focus which one is the real problem. Similarly, for helmet to protect injury, protect our head from the injury, or we have to manage the sweat which is produced from head. Or many of the people are not wearing helmet because they are not interested to wear. It's not meant that they are not interested to wear. They are not comfortable in wearing. So these are some examples to find out the real problem. Yes, now I am asking you, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Because I am keep on speaking. So it will create a monotony. If you have one or two doubts, you can ask me. No issue.
Hello. Hello.
No doubts.
Hello.
Okay. How to study and analyze the problem? Now you have some idea about how to find out the real problem. But how to study
Yes,
and
Mr.
analyze the
Anil
problem?
I want to ask something to you, sir.
Yes, I am ready to hear.
Sir, can I take up one question? Sir, in some of the... Sir, can I take one?
Yes, you can ask.
So, sir, I just wanted to ask, sometimes when we read the research papers, and we are only taking maybe one idea
Hello,
or
Anil
very
sir.
small-
Hello. Anil sir. Yes. Yes, Bella, continue.
Yes, and we take a very small idea from that paper. So, are we supposed to refer it in our research paper that we write, or if that idea has been cited or stated in other papers also? So, sir, how do we give the references? Do we, acknowledge that paper in our references, or how do we go about it?
Actually, whatever things if you want to do, already it is published in some other paper. You are doing it again. How to cite it? Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Actually, once a person published, I will give it in a different way. Suppose two institutes are doing research on particular domain. For example, they are doing some chemical analysis. For example, I am telling you, two institutions are doing a research on same area. They are publishing a paper. One fellow, they are publishing a paper, and it was this one published in some reputed journal. Then the second institute, they supposed they should not publish an content, even though the content is original. It was not copied from anybody, but the same kind of research is already published in a reputed journal. You should not publish it. You have to withdraw the paper. Even it is in the process of some other journal, you have to state that the content is already published in the particular journal. Now only we came to know that it was published, so I am withdrawing the paper. Like that, you have to give a statement and you have to get back your article. That is the first point. Second thing is, this is for this only, you have to be in some professional groups like ResearchGate. I told you. What else? These are the websites. These are the professional social networks will help you what other people, those who are in your line, what they are doing, you can get an update. Because suppose you are in textile, I am also in textiles. We both are in ResearchGate. If I publish a paper, automatically that paper will be that will be seen by you, because you may be the follower of me or I may be the follower of you. Whatever the content we publish, it will be shared both of us. So we will get the latest update. Once we get an update, we have to try to do new things better than the latest. I hope I have cleared your.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, reference. I'm telling you. See, giving a reference is actually it is in the last, but it has very important role in the article publication. Actually, this will be dealt with another speaker. They will give detailed information, but I will give a small tips. You have whatever the information, whatever the paper helps you to write an article, you have to go to all the papers as a reference. First thing. Second thing, that has to be mentioned in the literature review. Because suppose I am giving an example, product 1, I have developed a product, but at the first stage, the content has been taken from the article 1, and second stage that has been taken from 2, 3, 4, like that. You have to give all the basic papers which is given to the content. You have to give it in the literature review. That content has to be cited properly in the references. Why we have to quote all the papers in the references? Tell me. Because if you give a particular reference, automatically once your article published, at the time they will get the reference. Suppose you have given 50 references in your paper, you have published a paper, then all 50 people get a credit. They will get a citation. So they will be informed by mail. So and so has been referred your article, they have published. So they will be happy. They will be acknowledged. So acknowledgement is very important in the field of research.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Sir, Madhurendra sir would like to ask some question. Madhurendra sir, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hello, sir. Very good afternoon, sir. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. You're audible. Please continue.
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, as you said to Bella ma'am, that if research is conducted by two researchers in the same area, it will be, means I have a query regarding this. If two people are doing thesis, writing PhD thesis or publishing some empirical paper, and their area of interest is same, but the sample they are using that is different, or they are using some comparative exploratory study, and their sample area or sample the data they are collecting from two different samples from the two different part of India or from the globe. So is it allowed or not?
Sorry, Madhurendra sir, I guess due to some network issues, sir has just left. He will be joining very soon, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, now I joined. Actually, one call came, so
okay,
it's disconnected.
No problem, sir. So there is one question from Madhurendra sir. Please go ahead, sir.
Yes.
Hello. Yeah, good afternoon, Senthil sir. My question is, if two PhD researchers are doing research on on the same area and the topic is also same, but their sample they are using are different, and that is some type of exploratory or comparative study, and one is using the sample of Tamil Nadu and another is using the sample of Uttar Pradesh. So is it allowed or not?
See, actually, this kind of a problem will come for this one agri-related experiments, some biochemistry or chemistry-related study. But
Yes, in
Yes,
social sciences,
yes,
also
yes,
I
yes,
have
yes,
seen.
yes, yes. Library, social science, many arts domain, they are doing it. Universities are accepting it. Universities and all other institutions in India are accepting it. But as far as research is concerned, nothing is learnt by the scholar.
Sir,
Because
actually, sir,
yes, sir.
the same research doing in the different area, the result will come differently, sir.
Yes, sir. But what they have learned, what is the purpose of doing research? Suppose, for example, one plant they are cultivating it in Tamil Nadu, and the same plant is cultivating in Rajasthan. They are studying about the soil science or something. Okay.
Okay.
So that is good, because study of soil science is it will give some new understanding, because the area is different.
Yes, right, sir.
I will tell you another example. Suppose how many students are whether the students are have the reading habit or not. That is an area. The librarian normally do this kind of analysis. How many people will turn out daily in a library? Like that, some data analysis they do. That happened in particular university. One research scholar, he is a librarian. He is doing some analysis in a particular university. They have published a work. The same work should not published in some other university.
But actually,
because the people used to say the university changes. No, the study of this one, the students are different. This one climatic, this one study hours or other things are different. Universities are different. Then the people will say that the article is different. But my understanding is some learning has to happen while doing research.
Okay, sir. Actually, research criteria, research principles, finding a new theory, and doing the research in the same area to finding the. See, that's in the psychology. Already, a person finding a one theory, and upcoming research persons, they will criticize that theory and finding a new theory. So, doing the research in the same thing and finding a new theory also is a research, sir.
Yes, of course. Yes, it is welcoming. It is an acceptable one. Yes. For philosophy and all, it's not a problem. For especially other domains like data management or some data analysis, without already everything will be there. Concept and what kind of statistical tool and how many samples they have to take. Everything will be there. Only they will change the location or the university or the students, and they do reproduce the same content. Only the data will vary. So if that is the case, nothing is there to learn. So if there is no learning, then it will not be accepted. See, ultimately, if you publish a paper, it will be accepted. They will get a degree. How many people will cite the article? That is the issue.
Okay.
So
another one example also is there, sir. If example, the forest area peoples, no, the tribal peoples, and the normal peoples, the normal urban areas peoples, there's totally different. So the same research we can conduct from the urban and the non-urban areas, and as well tribal peoples. The result will come differently, sir.
Results will come differently, but the methodology, what kind of a statistical tool has to be taken, how to proceed forward to the result, everything is taken from the previous work. Then the quality of the research work will not be appreciated. So you can take a different analysis. See, for the urban, for some other purpose. For rural or the this one forest area, you can take some other purpose. You have to use some other this one. You got to take some other statistical tool, some other method of analysis for some other applications. then that will be okay. So ultimately, the scholar has to prove himself as a potential candidate. Either the research scholar or the researcher has to prove himself as a potential in one or the other way. Either by modding the technique, either by step into the new steps or new avenue to that particular problem. So I will give some examples in this chapter, then we will discuss. Then you will get an idea how to study and analyze the problem. So actually it's an old example, but normally I used to give this example to wherever I will give this presentation. So there are two players. I hope many people know cricket. Some people played and some people watched, but I hope many of them know cricket. So I have given cricket as an example here. Two players have played 5 matches. That scores are given. So now we have to select one person for a team to play an international game. So my question is, who is your choice and why? Is my question clear? Is it audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yeah,
I guess.
fine.
Sir, you are audible, sir.
Fine. So
Sir,
I will give time. I will give a time.
Audible, sir.
Fine. I will give a time, 1 minute time, just to think it, give a good reply. I am repeating my question. There are two people. They have played 5 matches. The score is given in the slide. We have to select one from 2 for the team. Who is your choice? Why? I need 2-3 people reply, so then I will proceed.
Sir, it will be Rahul Dravid for consistent performance.
Okay, fine, sir. Thank you.
Sir, Rahul Dravid, sir, because there is consistency and no variation.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Actually, I was also trying to say the same, sir. Consistent
I want different reply. If you have any reply, then different reply, then I am ready to hear. See, many people are Sachin fan, but no one is opening their mouth.
It is because of the zeros in between, sir.
No, see, you can say no. He has scored 200s. That may be the match-winning score for the country.
Sir, but Rahul Dravid was consistent for his country. It is not about match-winning performance, sir. It is about sticking up for the team no matter what.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Any other reply? Any different reply? No. Okay. So again, I am putting my question in a different way. See, I want to select a person who has to be there in the team, be there in the game for a long time. He has to win. He has to play and win the match.
Sir, can I answer, sir?
Yes.
Sir, see, cricket is a group game where each and every person's contribution matters.
Let
me complete. We need consistent players who have shown consistent results in each and every game.
Now, just imagine we are in the board. We all 100 plus faculties are in the board. You have to select 2 from 1. That's it. You assume that you are in the board.
Can I?
Yes.
Sir, I feel in this case, we can choose Sachin Tendulkar because, every time he comes to the stage, probably he should be able to hit more maximum number of runs, and he might be in a position to carry till the last ball of the innings. So, we require players of that caliber who can take it for a long tenure. So, this is my
So
answer.
as a board member, we have to think each time when the people hits, then how many matches are by the team because of that particular person or the player. Am I right?
So can I answer? Hello? Hello?
Yes, you can answer.
Sir, these scores are on ODI basis.
Okay.
On ODI basis, the selection process and the consideration of the player will be different. And in test match, it will be different.
See, we are selecting for ODI. That's it. We are in the board. We have to select it.
Okay, only we are selecting ODI. No?
Okay. Yes, ODI.
And at that time, we will consider more for Sachin Tendulkar.
Okay, fine.
This is Dr. Prakash. Shall I tell my view of this slide?
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
my point of view, I like to suggest that Sachin is the one because what is the expectation of Sachin is every time he has make me 100 plus. People will always think that. So as a precise situation, so every time I like to get a 100, but sometimes I may be a dugout or whatever that. So which ball I am facing out. So I know my strength and also I know my weakness. So which ball I am going to, because as expectation I am going to make a 100.
Okay.
But unfortunately, sometimes I may fail. So failing also give me a learning for that my work. So this is my point of view.
Okay.
Hello, sir. He is also believable, sir. Hello, sir.
The number of balls will be also considered at that time.
Yes,
For
sir.
catching these.
Hello.
Yes. Yes.
He is also believable, sir. He is believable.
Okay.
Sir, Sachin Tendulkar is not dependable, sir. He won in one match, he may hit a century. In other match, he may be out for 0 runs. We cannot predict that Sachin Tendulkar will play consistently for the team. Whereas Rahul Dravid, we can bank upon him. We can be sure that he will hit a 50. So we can make better stable plans for chasing runs or putting runs on the table so that the other people.
Okay. So now
it is about dependability, sir. Let me finish.
So similarly, their position,
versus heroism.
Sir,
It is
sorry for
not
interrupting.
about taking hitting 100.
But their position will also be considered. Who is opening the inning and who is in the middle of order? That will also consider.
Now you have not asked that question. Where the person has to be placed. That is also play a vital role, whether it's a opening or middle order or lower.
Exactly.
So that is all the question. Now, similarly, what we are taking variables or the this one experimental objective in the same fashion. So everything cannot be solved statistically. Suppose if you do statistical analysis, both the total are same. Both person average is same. So statistically we cannot take any decision. But people have said that Rahul Dravid is consistent. Similarly, Sachin Tendulkar is a match-winning performer, like that. Both are true. Similarly, what we are doing during our research journey, some people will do generic analysis. Some people will do as per the general statistical value. Both are wrong. Why? Because we have to mention the condition. The last this one the faculty was given the last reply where we have to place either opener or middle order. Some present Indian team, the middle order is very weak. So where we have to place either middle order, we have to select Rahul Dravid. Whether an opener, we have to take a Sachin Tendulkar, because once if he fail, we can ask somebody to stay back for a long time. Like that, we can do some planning. So position is important. What is the team requirement is important. This everything is necessary for analyzing this selection, because only the statistical performance won't help us. Why I am telling no, right? Selection of statistical tool for right process or right objective is the success of the paper, even for publication as well as the getting citation. So there are, I want to slightly touch upon some statistical tool and that is importance, but people forthcoming sessions are dealing with the statistics and correlation coefficient. Many speakers are going to give a detailed information about that topics. Just I will go what is what, then we will discuss our main topic. So first, I'm mainly dealing with the experimental plan and how to execute it. I'm not dealing about the theoretical philosophical research or the mathematical research. I'm touching upon the only experimental work. So whatever we do samples, we have to calculate the standard error of the mean. So that is very, very important. Why I'm telling you. It's a formula, standard deviation divided by square root of number of samples is called standard error. Just remember the term called standard error. I will tell you the importance in the forthcoming slide. So there are 5 persons. Their running performance as given in seconds, 100-meter sprint performance in seconds. For example, person A, he has reached the destination with 12.5 seconds. That is the 100-meter sprint. So who is the best performer? Based on the table, then we can easily say the player B is the best performance because he has reached the destination with the shortest time. But whether the information is right or wrong, that is important. Many people, many times they used to take very few samples and they will test it and they will say A is better than B and B is better than C. Like that, they will give a conclusion. Actually, it is wrong. Actually, we have to calculate the standard error, as I said in the first slide. That standard error has to be included in the performance table. That will give the clear picture. So here I have given 2 slides. One is considering the standard deviation, another is considering the standard error. There is minor deviation among the players, then we can conclude that no player is inferior than others because all are performing well. They have no significant difference. That is the result which will get when you consider the total number of experiments and the standard error. So how to select a sample size? These are the basic information. That is why I am touching this area. Some test, we have standard methods, how many samples has to be tested, everything will be clearly given. Some test, if you are doing new product design, then there is no standard available. So you have to make a standard. Since you belongs to Department of Design, people will develop many designs. That designs finally converted into a product. That product should, we have to test the product, but there is no standard available. How to standardize it? For that, you have to increase the trials. In the table I have given number of trials or the experiments. First, you have to take 5 trials. Then you have to calculate the CV. You know 5 values outcome. You have to calculate coefficient of variation. You have to see how it is. Then you have to increase the sample. In the table I have given up to 20 trials. The CV coefficient of variation is 10. So when you increase the sample afterwards, there is no change in the coefficient of variation. Then you have to say that 20 is the fixed trial for that particular product. So whatever test you want to do, you have to do it with the 20 trials. Then only you will get the minimum variation in the results. So this is a way we have to arrive at sample size. Correlation. So actually we have to go through many slides. So correlation coefficient is very important. Why? Because Actually, correlation is nothing but just to find out the relations between two variables. Suppose x and y. Here I have given an example as rainfall and plant growth. If especially this trial will be helpful in the this one mountains, hill areas for the tea and coffee cultivation and harvesting. So there are you can note down rainfalls and you can measure one plant growth. Sometimes you will get some good correlation, because when the rainfall increases, the plant growth will increase. Once we have the relationship, then what is the application benefit of this relationship is it's a positive correlation. Then every time no need to measure the plant. Once you know the rainfall of the particular period, you can directly ask them, the labor, to go to cut the leaves, because already we know that the plant is already grown. So once if there is no correlation at all, then there is no relationship between two variables. For that you need this analysis. Once if you have any relationship, then only you have to go for regression analysis, or otherwise doing regression analysis is meaningless. Okay, so I will skip that slide. Then many people used to say, I am optimizing the process, I am doing optimization technique. No need to do optimization technique first. First what you have to do is, first whether you will get a relationship between two variables or not, first you have to find out. If the relationship is linear, you can't optimize the process. When to optimize is if the curve goes and come down, that is a optimized value. For example, in the rainfall, I have given up this one bottom graph, just to see the bottom graph. In the rainfall, the plant growth was observed. It is observed that when the rainfall is up to 5 centimeter, the plant growth is good. After that, the plant growth will be reduced due to over rain. So this is where the optimization play a role. You have to find out where the peak arises or where the down peak arises. Then you have to say that this is the condition. So up to rainfall 5 centimeter, then the plant growth will be good. Like that you can conclude. If it is a linear, no need to do optimization. That is wrong one. Similarly for ANOVA, that I will skip because already we have a time. So one thing I want to tell you, all statistical analysis like regression, correlation, ANOVA, that can be done in the Excel itself. No need to go for some this one fascinated softwares, because everything is available in Excel. In the Excel sheet, there is a tool called data. Under that, you will get data analysis. If you click data analysis, you will get all the this one statistical tool. Now we know how to analyze the problem. It will vary according to the domain or the discipline, but giving a direction is very, very important, because once we know what is the problem, then we have to try to give a solution, or we have to give one step extra towards the problem. So then only we will find some new information. So how to do it? So how to give a new direction, how to give a solution. So for that I have given this slide. Now it's a slide that shows that some cloths are drying. So how to make the cloth dry? How to dry the clothes? It's a question. Here I have some. I have given some picture. These are various ways to dry a cloth. Okay. See, it's a problem. Assume that it's a problem. How to dry a cloth? How to make it dry? So now we have to give a solution. So already the picture is shown that there are various ways to dry a cloth. So now we have to give a solution. How to do it? So now the first one, top left picture, is a hanging type of equipment. that will be used for drying handkerchiefs and kids wear. The top right picture is a model. Everything is available. Everything we have seen it. The second, this one top right picture is a normally light cloths, towels, bunions, like that. Light cloths can be dried using that equipment. Bottom right, this one arrangement, shirts, especially for the shirts, gents shirts can be dried using hangers or something. So there are many ways, many solutions are available for that particular problem. But what already people have done is they have categorized into different forms. In the sense, they have not taken all the class. They have categorized into different forms. Kids wear, lightweight clothes, shirts, like that. They have split it into small problems and they have defined a solution. So this is a good example. So we have find out the real problem, but no need to focus on the solution for the real problem. If possible, you split the problem into different pieces and try to give a solution for a small piece. So that is a easy way to give a solution for the problem. Okay, so for this one, I have given how to start a research. So I will give a summary. So in order to start a research is nothing but just to get a clarity of that particular information process or the product by experimenting the work. So in order to start a research, we have to read good papers to know the journey of the process of the product, how to select a research papers, good research papers, how to read it, and how to find out the journey, how to get a real problem, and how to give a solution. That thing we have discussed. If you have any questions, you can ask, or otherwise we will move on to writing a thesis. Actually, I will give a very brief introduction about the thesis writing because there are many speakers going to give a detailed presentation about how to write a thesis. Any
Hello,
questions here?
Hello, sir.
Yes, yes.
Sir, can you send the PPT, sir? PPT.
I will share maybe. If you ask Kavita madam, she will share the PPT. Or if not, you just text me. I will give a PPT. No issue.
Yes, yes, yes. Please share the PPT to
Yes,
the
yes.
email ID. Kavita
Hello.
madam.
Hello, Vishnu sir.
Yes, 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 madam.
Yes, we have shared the video on YouTube and AICT portal also.
Okay, okay. No, PPT, madam. What is the sentence?
Okay,
Sir has given the PPT. Please mail to us.
Yes,
Can you
yes.
mail?
Okay. Okay, sir. You can send your email ID.
Okay, okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Ma'am,
no
Thank you,
question.
sir. Thank you,
Ma'am,
sir.
for all you need to send, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
So shall I proceed further?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please proceed.
Fine. So many people they will start experiments and parallelly they will write papers, articles. So people used to do this habit, but it is not right. So before writing a report or thesis, you should know some interesting information or new things in your research. You could have evolved or you could have find out some interesting information or some useful information or some new findings in your research. Once if you find it is new, then only you have to start a report or thesis. I will give my own example. Actually, how many people can understand, I don't know, but still I can explain you. We want to make a lightweight sweaters. So already sweaters, you know, it is normally heavier and it is rough. when you wear it in the skin. For that, you have to wear some inner wear, then you have to wear a sweater. So we plan to start a lightweight jackets. It is like a normal t-shirts. If you wear it, you won't get this one cold. So it will protect from the weather. So for that, we have modified the yarn. So yarn is nothing but interlacement of yarn is a fabric. So we have made hollow yarn, and we have, based on the hollow yarn, we have made a fabric. That fabric can be converted into garment. Then we have proved ours protect the weather, but we have to prove that how this garment protect the weather. So for that, what we have done is we have cut the yarn and we have taken a photo to show the hollowness of the yarn. But it is not possible because when you cut a thread, what will happen? It will compress. Obviously, thread in the sense it's very, very minute in nature. If you cut it, actually it is compressive in nature. You can't find the hollowness in the center. For that, what we have did is we have treated the yarn to make it harder. So if the fibers are harder, if you cut it, it won't compress. So then we can easily take a photos of the hollowness. It's a plan. We have done it. So finally, we have proved that we have made some hollowness in the yarn. Because of the hollowness, it protects the body from the weather by controlling the entrapped air inside the body. So what we have did is the making a hollow and taking a picture of hollowness is a difficult one. It's a problem. So what we did is we have written a procedure how to make a harder yarn and how to take a photograph to study the hollowness. That is written as an article and we have published it. Actually, it is not our focus. Our focus is to produce a sweater, lightweight sweater. But we have written a paper in the area of how to make a photography or how to take a hollowness of the yarn by making the yarn harder. So why I am saying, whatever the things is interesting or information that can be published, because it is interesting one, people will read and you will get a citation. Okay. Paraphrase. In the sense, plagiarism. You should not copy or take a content from anybody. Some people will ask, sir, definition, how to modify it. Definition is a definition. We have to take it and we can use it as it is. Then how to do it? So if you want to take a picture or some content from the journal or somewhere, you have to get a proper permission from them. Then only you can use it. Many times I used to say, many people, they download some pictures from the internet and they are simply using it. It is illegal. Actually, it is not acceptable as far as publication is concerned. So wherever your pictures are not allowable, you should not take a pictures from internet. You have to draw own or you have to get a permission from them to use it. Similarly, you should not copy continuous 8 words from any part of the published information. Not only in journals, any magazines, anywhere. If it is published one, you should not take continuous 8 words. You have to take a content, modify it, and you can use it. Or otherwise, you have to get a permission. If it is a concept or something, because you are developing something, but based on some existing concept, for that you have to express the existing concept, but you have to quote where that existing concept is available. That information you have to give it as a reference. Without citation, you should not write your paper, because all the mentioned information in the paper is not your own content. Only experimental part is yours. The logic and something is you have taken from the study of the journey of the research. So you have to give a proper citation. Research paper writing. So how to start it? Is it art, skill? Yes, it's a practice. It's only by practice. So how to start it? So it's a very, very important point. You should not start writing while conducting experiment. You should have a new finding. You should have some data, and based on the data, you could have done some interpretation. You have some new information. Then only you have to start a paper. At least you should have new findings. Then only you have to start a papers. Then once you have a data, you first do data interpretation, and what is new finding, you elaborate it and do some result analysis. Already you have results, you can discuss this. How to do result discussion? I will give a simple example. I already told you aloo paratha is famous in North India. How to make it dry? Already just blowing air or splitting into the pieces is the way to dry the aloo paratha. You should not write like this. You have to split it to many pieces. Then only the surface area of the aloo paratha increases. Once if it is increases, then only the opportunity to explore the heat with the environment will more. Then only it will dry. So this is a way you have to give a scientific explanation for each and every statement, every data. Then materials and methods. Many people are doing a special recipe by seeing YouTube. Am I right? So it means that suppose the famous Delhi Makkan Peda. So how to prepare that sweet Delhi Makkan Peda is that the clear description is given in the YouTube channel. If you take all the recipes before starting the process, then if you put one by one in a particular stage, you will get a fantastic recipe as they described in the YouTube channel. This is a way you have to give a materials and method description in your article. You have to give a complete information. You should not hide any information. If suppose somebody read and they do repetition, they have to get the same results, or they have to get the same outcome. So you have to give a complete process, complete materials, what kind of a material has to be taken, that detailed information has to be given. Before writing materials and method, you would have imagined that how the information is given in the YouTube for kitchen preparation. Then you give conclusion. So because you have a data, you have interpreted and you given everything materials and method, because already it is everything available, no need to apply our mind. So based on the results, you can give a conclusion. In the conclusion, you should not give this one explanatory words. This is the best than the ever in the world. Like that, you should not give. This is better, 20% better than the already existing concept. What the existing concept? That you will give in a statistical way, in an optimistic manner, in a precise form. No need to give elaborate or exaggerate your information. One thing you have to keep it in mind, that you are not a brand ambassador for your product. You are experimenting it. You are finding out something. Sometimes it may fail in some other process. But you have to explore the failure also, and you have to express in what condition it will be success, it will be good. That should be disclosed. Then only the people will appreciate your content as well as you. Finally, you have to write a literature review. Literature review is the toughest part in the article writing, because you have to find out the journey, where the ambassador starts, and finally how the BMW came. You have to write everything without missing anything. It starts with the stability and this one tradition, and finally it's end up with the this one in a lightweight, comfortable, mileageable, this one economical vehicle. So this journey has to be written very clearly. It is very, very tough. If you become master in a subject, then only you can write a literature review. So that is why I have kept that literature review in the last part. So people ask me, sir, can I do some basic literature review paper and I will do experimental paper? No, because writing a review paper is very, very tough than the experimental paper. Experimental work can be easily writable, since if you have a data, if you have a new finding, you can write it. But experimental, literature review or the review paper writing is very tough, because you should understand the journey, the 30 years, 40 years of journey of your particular product or the process. Then only you can write it. So literature review, I kept it last. Finally, you have to give an introduction. Introduction is like this one. Trailer. So once if the reader read the first paragraph, he has to be attracted. He or she has to be attracted by reading the first paragraph, so that he has to be get involved in that particular paper, and they will read completely. Why should that reader has to read the article completely? Then only that she or he will think this is my basic paper. Then only they will do some research work on particular area, and they will cite your paper as a citation. So it is very, very important. So writing an introduction is the key, that you have to spend more time to introduce about your topic, because already in the world many things are available. This is something special for the particular product. It has some limitations. In order to overcome the limitations, I have chosen this method for this purpose. Like that, you have to give brief information, but parallelly you have to think, keep in mind that it should be more and more precise and attractive. So then only the reader will attempt to read your paper. So here I have given how to present a data. Just we will quickly go through. Still we have 5 to 10 minutes is there. There are many graphs. People used to say, last time I have chosen this graph, this time I will choose that graph. Like that, you can't take the this one graph blindly. There is a meaning in each and every graph. Suppose there is an increase in trend in always, you have to choose top right picture. If A is better than B in all times, then you have to choose bar graph. Top left graph. Sometimes our trend will increase, sometimes it will come down. It will go mix and match. Then you have to choose line graph. Then bottom left graph. If there are this one, what to say, functions of each parts, heart, lungs, eyes, nose. In order to study a family of parts, then you have to use the bottom left graph. In order to understand the clear, detailed, clarity view, you have to use 3D graph. Similarly, each and every graph you have the meaning. You have to select appropriate graph for your representation. Why this pictorial representation is important? Why the pictorial representation is important? Because how we are reading a paper, first title, then we are reading only graph, figures. So figures is the first attractive information in your article. Based on the attraction only, they will read the complete paper. So the appropriate figure selection is very, very important. So there are many slides. I will skip everything. So we have done a research. We have written an article. We have published it. It's not the end of the process. So you have to see what are the advancements are happening in around places in the world, and try to update the advancement. Already it is advancement. You try to update it. Then only you will be there in your profession. So if it is a failure on you are developing, if it is a failure, no problem. You have to write the failure in a systematic way, and you can publish it. Failure can be published. It is more attractive than the success story, because there are several ways to get a failure. But this is a way you should not do any research to get such a failure. That information you are giving to the society. So failure also can be recorded. You have to redesign it, and you have to emphasize that already this is a way to get that particular failure. To in order to overcome that, this is a way to get a success. You can give additional information in the second stage. Similarly, each and every process and product you can do diversification. You can always you no need to think about the best ever product. You no need to think in evolving new very new attractive product. It is not a thing. If you have idea, you can do it. If not, at least you take one step ahead of the existing process or product is enough to contribute to the society. So with this information, I will wind up my presentation. Actually, when the research thesis writing part, I have given a very brief information. But in general, I will given a complete view about how to start a research work and how to write a paper. So it's a time for interaction. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Feel free to ask any questions. If no questions, then I will ask some questions. Madam, is it audible?
Yes, sir, it is audible, sir.
You can ask any small questions, no issues.
Sir, what do we consider while writing review papers and all, sir?
So review papers, yes, good question. At least you should have some sort of basic knowledge, confident about your area.
Okay.
At least if you have, you should know some journey of that area. I have given example, no, a car, ambassador to BMW. So similarly, in your area also, you may come across many destination. So once if you have a confidence, you can write a paper. Each and every journal have some restriction. Some journal they will publish 300 to 400 pages of research work, review work, with a citation of 1,500. That is this one. Even if you publish one paper in our lifetime, then it will make a history. Some journal 2-3 pages with 20-30 references they will accept. Again, it depends upon the journal. Now, if we have a confidence, if we have knowledge in our domain, then we can write a review paper. But it will take time because consolidating all the information is it takes time. For example, how to do it? I will give a small outline. Suppose we have 200 papers or 300 papers. We have to take one by one and see what is the title and figures, and within 5 minutes time we can understand that what is the one-line story of that particular paper. Then you have to write one-line story. This about this paper, who is the author, journal, that number. Something you have to write it in a single line. Similarly, each paper you have to write it the finding of the paper in a line, single line. You will have 200 papers or 300 papers, you will get 200 lines. Then if you read all 200 lines, 60 to 70 will correlate. Remaining will be scattered. It may not come in line with your article or article title. You select that 60 or 70 articles and read it once again and put it in a formal way. By saying this, it take only 2 minutes time, but when you do this process, it take 1 year or 2 years, according to the domain.
Thank you, sir. Sir, and what is the year consideration, sir, taking the papers, those papers?
Actually, again, it depends upon this one domain. Suppose medical related, it will take years and years. But in general, experimental work like mechanical, electrical, ECE, computer science, hardly 3 months you have to complete your experiment work. Another 3 months you have to write a paper. 6 months time to write a paper. Again, if you submit it to journal, again they will take another 6 months to accept the paper. Again, it will take another 6 months or 1 year to publish a paper.
Sir, while taking review papers, is there any consideration of taking only 5 years of previous papers or?
I will complete. First, I will
Okay,
complete. So,
okay.
if you publish your paper after 1.5 years time, before seeing your content with the name of yours, you can see your same content with some other author, because they may publish with some other journal. They may take minimum time. So this kind of a confusion will come. So earlier is the best. My point is, don't take too much of time. Since first, whatever you do research, first 6 months is the golden period. It's like honeymoon period. Afterwards, whatever you do, you may not find new information after 6 months. Some people will come to me and, sir, I have completed 5 years. I have nothing done last 4 years. First 1 year, what I did is the work. Like that they used to say. So first, whatever things you do, if you find new information, you try to publish it as early as. For review paper, it will take a minimum 1 year time. For consolidating, publishing, again it will take another 6 months to 1 year time. So for me, everything is 6 months. If you do research, 6 months. If you publish a paper, another 6 months. If you send an article to a particular journal, 6 months. Within a year, you have to get acceptance. Then only your work will be recognized in the society in an earlier form. So one of my colleague, he has done a research work on nano finish. He has started his research in 2012. He has completed in 2020, 8 years of research. While he starting, very few people have done some work on nano finishing, nanotechnology in the year 2012. It's a booming time at on that period. Actually, 2015-16, the people left that area, but he can't drop his idea and complete it. So 2020 he has published this. No one is ready to accept his presentation because it's outdated. Okay, I hope it's lunch time. Already it crossed 1:30. So thank you very much for patient hearing, and thanks for giving the opportunity.
Thank you so much for your well-versed explanation.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Team of Banasthala University Department
Thank you,
of
sir.
Science. Thank you very much. And I have given my email ID and number. If you have any doubt, just to text me. I will reply you within 24 hours time. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you
Yes.
very much, sir.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
really very nice presentation, sir. The way you explained is we understand very easily. It's my heartfelt thanks to you for your time and passion. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Senthil, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank you.
sir. Very nice
Thank you, thank you.
and valuable information. Thank you very much.
Dear participants, we'll meet next at 2:30 for the next session, and please use the same link for the session. It's going to be same.
Okay, sir.
Sir, this is regarding, myself, Prabhu Swami. Can you please share the presentation in the WhatsApp group?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very much.
Kavita
Thank
madam.
you, Dr. Prakash, sir. Hello.
Hello, Kavita madam.
Yes.
Can I ask you a question? Madam, there will be exam on the last day, that I understood. But it will be subjective or objective?
Objective, sir.
And syllabus will be from all the presentations, right?
Yes.
So you'll be sharing the PPTs with us, yeah? Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And would it be possible that you can add me in the WhatsApp group, as I am not added in that? I can just, I'm audible, I'm Saurav.
Saurav sir, you can add on your WhatsApp number, email ID on AIST portal.
I already have added that. There is, I think there might be some confusion here. But for this particular...
I will check. Okay, sir, I will check.
Okay. Okay. So I have a different WhatsApp number over there, but which has been written. So please do add me so that I can have all the PPTs.
Okay. Sure.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Rajesh.
Yeah, ma'am. Can I get the first session PPT also? That is a mental stress and.
Okay.
Yeah, that is very nice session, ma'am. It was very wonderful session, and that will be very useful for everyone.
Thank
listening.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Then at what time we'll start, ma'am? Around 2:30?
Yes. Participant, you all can leave this session, and we will meet for the next session at sharp 2:30 p.m. Yes?
2:30. Yeah, okay, ma'am. Right, thank you.
What about the attendance, ma'am? Will you share the attendance link?
Yes, ma'am. I can see the presentation. All participants on email ID.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Yeah, ma'am. Myself Ajay Rastogi. Ma'am, please add me in WhatsApp group if possible. I have registered at Atal.
You send me your WhatsApp number.
Yeah.
On my email ID.
Yeah, ma'am. I have sent in the morning, at night. Okay, ma'am.
I will check. Okay.
Ma'am, I'm Shobha Uppe, and I have registered myself for this workshop through my daughter's email ID, which is Ishita. But I have sent on the same email where I got the link, I have forwarded my actual email ID to be changed through. Can it be done, ma'am?
Please, ma'am, send me your email ID on my mail ID.
Okay, ma'am. I'll do that. Thank you very much.